Alright, so step one to the Chevy project, Cobalt SS project I should say, because I have two Chevys now. Control arms. Super easy to do. Super easy. You have two 15mm bolts right over there. You have a 21mm bolt underneath there. And then you have a nut and a bolt here, which is going to be a 15 on one side and a 16 on the other. Undo those three, and then you're good to go. Nothing else really has to come out. Let's see, other things to talk about. Yes, getting this bushing out here. You can see how it's kind of pinched into the subframe. Take a long pry bar, hit it right here, pry against this body seam, just enough, and then it will slide out. And I assume on reinstallation you'll have to do the same. Now the reason why I'm doing this is, well, there's such a thing called FE5 for the supercharged and FE5 for the turbocharged, which are two different control arms. And that's what happened here. They replaced the ball joint on this original one with an FE5 ball joint. But this is the FE5 for the supercharged. The aftermarket companies do not make an FE5 ball joint for the turbocharged, which would be this. I see slight differences with the ball joint themselves. The way I diagnosed it was I had a friend show me the wheel, and I could see this ball joint rod move in the sleeve right there, in that hole. You could see it physically move. So once that happened, I was like, yeah, that's not safe to drive, so I haven't actually driven this thing very far. The other way I could tell that this is aftermarket is because you can see these are like permanently riveted in, but this is a nut, or a bolt and a nut on the other side. And well, obviously somebody placed this ball joint just to try and fix something, but it didn't work. The other thing I realized is, that's not good. Really bad, and a lot of corrosion on that. Bolts, so I'm gonna have to get a new bolt on this side. The other side is perfectly fine, surprisingly. Yeah, so that's a little spiel about the control arms and a little tidbit of information I picked up from the Cobalt SS forums. The other thing I want to do while I have this off is I gotta do a wheel hub, wheel hub bearing. It's the other side, but I haven't gotten to it yet. And then this side is missing a sensor bracket that holds all these wires together, so I have that too. Otherwise, yeah, this thing is finally making progress. I also got to get a O2 sensor taken off and a new thermostat in, and those four things are gonna actually make this thing drivable. So yeah, been collecting parts. Let's see, this is actually becoming a project because you usually don't store car parts in your vehicle, but now I do. So this is my bracket. Got some trans fluid because I didn't think this thing shifted that well. And this is wheel hub and O2 sensor. Thermostat's probably in here somewhere too. But yeah, so something quick, nice and dirty video, but making progress in the new garage with the new car. So thank you guys for watching.